it's Faye. Of course, today I just wanted to sit down and do another heart-to-heart, chit-chat, girl talk, whatever you want to call it. At this point, I'm looking back on my channel and I'm realizing that I have a whole collection of these videos I meant. It's funny because I feel like whenever I have something heavy on my chest or I'm thinking a lot, I always find warmth and comfort talking to the camera, to you guys. I do feel like it's a coping mechanism, but I know I shouldn't overdo it because it can be a little bit like too much. That can be a little bit dangerous. I truly believe that there's a beauty with projecting a raw and true self-authentic kind of video where things can be said and they come out the way they come out. Regardless if that's to friends or even to strangers. That was kind of my disclaimer per usual. I'm seriously doing the laziest makeup today, so it's fine. First and foremost, I just wanted to thank you guys for all the caring and sweet comments. I'm breaking out right here. Love that for all. So let's do this TikTok thing. I'm walking now with a limp, but it's okay, it adds flavor. If you guys don't know, I rolled the lateral part of my ankle, so I've just been kind of miserable. I'm really happy that I'm fine. Obviously, I'm annoyed because this really interfered with the whole 10,000 steps a day video or challenge that I set for us, which we are checking in on August 13th. And I'll just admit here first, I'm truly disappointed in myself. One of the heavy thoughts I feel like I've been having lately, especially last night, which sparked interest in today's sit down talk with me or chit-chat, is the topic of change. I am aware that you guys also feel the same, that I've changed. This is obviously nothing new. I'm just now bringing it up because I've been, I wouldn't say avoiding it, but I just haven't talked about it. Nothing's ever wrong with talking about it, you know? Ooh, that lot. This new face powder by Hourglass, well, it's not too new, but beautiful. I don't really set my under eyes because I feel cakey. I set my nose for sure. Anyway, I wanted to talk about this topic because I am hoping that there's some sort of relation you and I can come to terms with. Obviously, this is an open discussion, so I want you guys to comment down your thoughts. I love when we can just have no filter and talk to each other, which we always do in my Get Ready With Me's. I completely cherish and appreciate that. So, of course, people change, people evolve, and people grow. I'm literally taking face powder and just buffing that into my eyelids because I get so oily during the summertime. Here we go. That's eye makeup for us today. People grow and they grow up. Regardless of the span of time, I feel like we should always be growing. Mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever it is, we should always be aiming for growth. Even when I was receiving a handful of these comments about how I'm not the same and I'm all about my body and boys, I want to put this out there. I am aware of that. I know a lot of people comment that, especially during the fall time. The comments were highly concentrated with that topic. I finally want to admit on camera, yes. I'm gonna be wearing my doe lashes, by the way. Ever since I decided to take care of myself, make healthier choices, decided to try and transform my body and my mindset and my habits, I started to appreciate my body more and started to express that through clothing, I guess. Yeah, as a form of expression, I did. I finally truly was proud of myself and I liked the way I looked without making up excuses. I don't know if that makes sense. For example, I would really want to change, but I couldn't bring myself to do it because I didn't have the right mindset and or the right discipline. And so I would just pity myself with how I was or my current state, and I would just make up the excuse as, you know, like, it's fine, I love my body, and I'd be stubborn about that. Versus when I finally took the steps to take care of myself, I came to this point where I was like, I truly love myself and I love my body, and I wasn't stubborn about it. I just had a moment of relief. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'm sure you can relate if you're going through body image problems. You know, weight is such a big and sensitive topic to a lot of people. There's so much mental stress that comes with it. The physical aspects, yeah, those are problems when you're going through like a weight thing. More of the issues I had were mentally there. Seeing the outside triggered how I felt on the inside, and that really destroyed me. Such deeper matters. It's not just what we see, it's everything else inside our mind as well. I lost my train of thought. It's a journey to find yourself again, and you find a sense of self-love that you craved for so long. So when it's right there, you just embrace it. And I think it radiated off as just confidence. I think that's just what happened with me. And of course it came off with like, oh my gosh, all you care is about your body or how you look. I wear some scandalous things now and more fitting clothes. Just let people be happy. Don't take that away from someone when when you don't really know the true story of how much they went through just to get to where they are. And even if they look happy and confident, honestly, sometimes you're still not gonna feel enough and you're still gonna feel like you need to work harder. Yeah, that was a bunch of talking, sorry. I'm still working on myself every single day, inside and out. I hope people can recognize there's such a strong connection between your external physical health and your internal mental health. Of course there's always going to be something to work on, which obviously you're going to need breaks. But my point is, I'm always going to feel like I need to work on it simultaneously in order to feel good about myself and sane. I lifted my lashes a bit at the ends. If I put my lashes way too down, they look kind of like funky. And I'm filling the ends also a bit on the edge. Anyone notice Faye always talks about boys now? Yes, I know. Even till this day, I feel like I still do it. I remember reading a bunch of these comments and I came to a point where I would just avoid these comments and scroll really fast past through them, you know? But you know what? Instead of pretending those comments don't exist and also just being in complete denial, it was an exciting time during those videos. I was meeting guys. I was 25 years old at the time. I just felt like I was a late bloomer. So with all these new experiences and new discoveries, oh my god, I was excited to talk about them. I was just so naive. I still am. I know that. Everyone's always learning. I told you, the point is to grow. I was having fun and I felt confident, alright? It's funny because my niece is in college right now. She's at the age where she's like, you know, she likes to talk to boys. Well, I guess a boy. And this literally takes me back to when I was like really head over heels. Every time she gets hurt or upset or she's happy and her heart's fluttering, it reminds me of that same era that I was in. Yes, I said era as if it was a long time ago. I think most of us are gonna experience this phase, and I feel like that's a great stepping stone for a lot of us to figure things out when it comes to being with a partner, regardless if you want that long-term, short-term, overnight. As much as I want to help out my niece and I see her going through this phase where I saw myself last year, I try to give her advice and whatnot. I'm just gonna let her go through it because she's gonna learn something, good or bad, both. Let them learn for themselves. I think it's quite necessary in my opinion, but that's because I've gone through it. You're gonna look back and just realize how stupid you were but also how much you just like know now. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Wow, today's makeup look. All in all, yes, I have changed, and guys, I'm 26 now. Let's not say that too loud. I know I don't act like that most times on screen, but in real life, just like anyone else, I'm just trying to get my life together as an adult. I had to take a pause. I literally stood and twisted my ankle again and something in my ankle cracked. In pain again. This bitch said, you thought. This whole year, I've been thinking about my life. You know, it's funny because 2020 I actually told myself, okay, by 26 you're gonna start like taking things seriously. All I can think about is like when my life's gonna start. And that sounds so weird. I think you can relate if you're like around my age. To some people I know I'm still young, like, oh my god, you're only 26, but to me, nah. I feel like I'm at the age where I have to start thinking long term. When do I want to settle down? I want kids. When do I have kids? I want a home eventually. Be somewhere permanently for the rest of my life. But at the same time, I'm still young. I want to travel. I want to have fun. Being a badass bitch and still, you know, doing her independent work. Not saying that you can't do both, obviously. I know people who are doing both and I'm like, damn girl, I stand. I know I still fangirl over BTS and stuff, but like, that's just a part of who I am. But regardless, I'm an adult. Talk about quarter life crisis. Yeah, she's there. I'm trying to make freckles and this is definitely not looking like freckles. It's just use my eyebrow pencil, dipping it into this like liquid bronzer. It's just the idea of starting another part of your life, another chapter, you know? So of course I've grown up and I have to look at things a little bit more seriously now. I've been on YouTube for, I don't know, 5, 6 years? I don't even know. Just think about that growth. Not for me, but also for you. I mean, think where you'll be in like 5 years from now. How much you would have developed, you know, during that time. All I know is that I still want you guys to be a part of my journey, regardless of where I go. It's so weird to think, imagine if like 5 years from now, I don't know, I'm like, I I don't want to do YouTube no more. I quit. I'm still so uncertain. I don't know. This whole conversation about the future, I mean, let's just take it lightheartedly because nothing's ever for sure and nothing's certain. Life has a funny way of working. I can think this way now and then possibly, boom, life throws a curveball and my path is skewed and my thoughts and needs and wants are different. Nope, 180. I don't know. Not everything is like meant to be. Even the idea of losing someone or something not working out is still very unsettling, and it's always gonna give us discomfort to think about those things. But sometimes you just have to trust that things and people get removed from your life so something bigger and better can replace it. That thought really soothes my mind whenever I feel, you know, like I'm going through something rough where I start questioning things. You just have to find faith in whoever and whatever you believe and just trust the process. Trust that the intent is to give you something bigger and better, something more in replacement of losing someone or something. Even through all the pain and tears and heartbreak, whatever it is, I believe that there's always a purpose. And I know sometimes you're just a complete idiot and you make mistakes. It's not like you gain nothing from that, you know? Wait, I have a question for you. So this is completely out of the blue. It has nothing to do with what I was talking about. I saw this quote on TikTok, of course. It said something along the lines of, I'd give anything to go back to the day we first met, the first time I laid eyes on you, the first time I heard you laugh, the first time we forgot what time felt like, but I'd also give anything to go back to that day and to have never met you. Wow. Is there someone you can correlate this to? I'm actually genuinely curious. I feel like we all have someone we can wish this upon, you know? How do you feel? Do you regret meeting this person that caused you so much pain, regret, and suffering, and tears, and heartbreaks? Or are you thankful that you met this person who taught you more than you could have asked for? Wow, she's a deep one today. She's deep. I'm gonna go do my hair and I'll be right back. Hello, this is the final look. I'm wearing this tank from a previous haul. I added some blush and did my hair. My hair's a little wonky, not gonna lie. I was debating if I wanted to wear these glasses like this. Anyway, that is it for this Get Ready With Me. I'm gonna leave all the makeup products I use down below. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below on the topics that I touched base on. I seriously appreciate your input whenever we have these girl talks. And sometimes I actually copy and paste what you guys write into my notes because it's such a good reminder. So thank you guys for helping me create a safe place for us to have open discussions. Oh, and I forgot a side note for myself because I like to reflect to the future me. When you come back to this, and I know you do, you always do, have your thoughts changed on your future? Do you still feel uncertain about the people in your life? Or do you actually trust and have a clearer vision on what you want to manifest? I don't know. Maybe your thoughts changed because you're an indecisive bitch.